What? Albus Dumbledore's blue eyes flew wide as he stared at Joanne Rowling in the crystal ball. He used it to communicate with the author on those few times that she actually chose to check that she was hearing their story correctly. I wasn't even friends with Gellert Grindelwald. I only met him when... Yes, I know that, but the truth rarely makes a juicy story, Rowling said, waving her hand dismissively at her own communications crystal ball. Actually, the truth always sells better than fiction, Albus Dumbledore replied, tone baffled. He frowned as he scratched at his beard. Either way, this rubbish about my being gay with him cannot be allowed. People spread enough lies as it is. I am aware of a few gay couples, if that's what you're after, for whatever reason. You have even written about them in your series. You just didn't state that they were gay. Why does that sort of thing matter so much anyway? He complained. Because it sells. But it's a children's book, Dumbledore exclaimed. She shrugged, ignoring the point for reasons. If I exploit sexuality, especially gay sexuality, I will be even more loved, she insisted. Her face crumpled and Albus felt a brief pang of sympathy. It quickly faded, however, as she continued to speak. I was ready to keep my promise to you and leave your world alone at the end of Deathly Hallows, Albus. I truly did intend to keep my word. Her chin began to quiver as her eyes filled with tears. Albus opened his mouth to say something comforting, uplifting and encouraging, but she continued to speak. Clearly, she did not wish to be uplifted. I wrote that adult murder mystery book I told you I was going to write. You know, the one you gave me the pen name suggestion for? Albus bit back a snicker. He was shocked she'd actually fallen for that. He'd done that in admittedly petty retaliation for the comment she had him saying to Harry about being a little in love with Grindelwald in one of the later books in the series. He nodded, indicating that she go on. Well, it hardly sold. I thought by now that I was so famous and renowned that everyone would buy and read anything I wrote, but apparently not. Apparently they only want me to write about magical things. Perhaps you could take some writing classes for non-magical adult works of fiction, Albus murmured helpfully, but she ignored him and went right on speaking. My book did not sell. I got no attention for it at all, unless you count a few bad reviews. Her voice was rising. Then I noticed what was really selling, so I made you gay. But you can't make anyone, Albus began, but she waved that dismissive hand again. You know what I mean. I just wanted to tell you to be polite, but I have made you gay, Albus, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just accept it and move on. I hope in time that you can be happy for the praise and adoration that I shall receive for making you gay, plus the survivor of an abusive relationship, just like me. I love you, Albus, so I am making you just like me. Her eyes glittered with a near manic madness that caused Albus to recoil slightly. That isn't at all necessary, he murmured. He knew there ought to be something better to say, but he was struggling against the tides of shock assaulting his mind, the nerve of the woman. I bet Grindelwald is just like my abusive ex, too. Well, I don't like him, but no, I don't think he's quite like that, Albus said mildly. He sighed. You really should rethink this folly, he warned. You know that reasons matter. Doing something for a selfish reason will never end well. You aren't taking your own advice, the advice you taught children through your work. You are doing this to suit your own ends and need for attention. She blinked. Yes. And what's wrong with that? It isn't as if you are truly real. I've just had too much to drink, and am doing that thing where I stare into a crystal ball for author inspiration and pretend that I am talking to you. You are merely a figment of my imagination, Albus, and the least you could do is to be happy for me. I made you gay. It's all rainbows, you know. What do you truly know about being gay? You aren't any more gay than I am, and you know authors should only write from their true experiences if they're going to ignore their channel. And I am very real. You simply stopped believing, which is draining the magic from everything you built. You were given a chance, but you chose to make it all about you rather than sharing it. Albus was sad about that fact and didn't bother to hide it. I think it was around book 3, or was it 5? He tugged distractedly at his beard. Either way, you started making things happen that you wanted to happen, rather than listening to yous telling you what truly happened. It's when things started to change for the worse. Well, I'm not having fun with this conversation, so I think we're done here. I'm going to go post on Twitter about you being gay and have another glass of wine, so there. Albus regarded her gravely. It was odd. When one snapped, he didn't expect it would feel so calm and almost soothing. Then I must retaliate. If I do not, who knows what else you will do and what harm it may end up causing, he said regretfully. I am tired of the rumors and lies being spread about me as it is. Don't you understand how people's opinions of me shall drop even more over this? Joanne frowned petulantly. What's the matter with being gay? She demanded. Are you gay-phobic? Of course not. Nothing is wrong with it in the least, but I am not, and my point is that were I so with Gellert bloody Grindelwald of all people, what would that say about me? Oh, that's easy, she answered brightly. It shall simply say that your judgment when it comes to men is as poor as mine and most other women's. Everyone will understand and love you more for it. Albus frowned. But my judgment isn't that bad, and I would have to do a lot of eye-closing not to see who Gellert Grindelwald is. I am quite intelligent, you know, so that would take quite the vast amount of effort on my part. In essence, it would make me look stupid. It would challenge anything readers think they know of me in the worst way. I wish you wouldn't. People will begin to mistrust all the good I have done. To second-guess it if you ruin it with unnecessary extemporaneous information that connects to nothing and doesn't add to the story at all. The series is over and done now, remember? Just take some writing classes and— No, Joanne shouted. She glared angrily into the ball. You are mine, and I say you're gay, because it will give me the attention I crave and deeply miss. Fine, Albus bit out. Then you are forcing my hand. I have no choice but to curse you. My curse is that the fans you so crave this attention and love from shall turn on you. They shall see that you know nothing about this sexuality craze that you wish to feed, and they will hate you for it as much as they love you now. Make me gay, and a landslide will be created that puts you in the spotlight that you so crave. From that place in the spotlight, you will become your own downfall, and your fans will hate you. You will have plenty of attention, though. Saying these words made Albus feel far better than he'd ever expected. Striking back at injustice rather than turning the other cheek felt good. Why they won't even allow you to attend the big anniversary celebrating the series that you're now trying to ruin, so there. Rowling hurled her crystal ball at the far wall and gave a pleased laugh as it shattered. That's rubbish, she said to herself. That will never happen. Ever. Fans will never turn on me of all people. I will make Albus gay, and as a result I will be the most beloved and the most popular author always.